Hello, welcome back to Leo's Book Reviews. I'm Leo, and I'm going to be reviewing a Disney Twisted Tale today. As usual, if you'd rather read than watch the review, I will have the Goodreads and the Facebook page linked down below directly to the review so that you can go read those. Without further ado, today I am reviewing Unbirthday by Liz Braswell. Unbirthday is the next book in the Disney Twisted Tale series. And if you can't tell by the title, this is Alice in Wonderland. Now, I was never a huge fan of the animated movie. I have read the original Alice in Wonderland books, including Through the Looking Glass, and I did enjoy them and appreciate why they are a piece of classic literature. But I have to say, Unbirthday by Liz was fantastic. Liz somehow combined the true nonsense and scattered plot of the original Alice in Wonderland books right along with that Disney 3-act format that they always use, and really did an amazing job combining them. Another reason I really enjoyed this book was it dealt with the magic portals. As if you've seen this channel before, I'm a big fan of Seanan McGuire's Wayward Children series, which deals with all the magical portals, such as Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz, and so on and so forth. So having that connection and being able to see Alice in both worlds was a lot of fun for me, and Liz just handled it so amazingly well. I am falling more and more in love with Liz Braswell with every Twisted Tales book I read. Her other books are definitely on my list to read as well, but I've got a lot of other books to read first. Anyway, so the twist for Unbirthday is the animated movie happened, and this is actually a few years later, and Alice is being called back to Wonderland by pictures. So when Alice came back to the real world, or Engleland, she still kind of retained a little bit of that nonsense that made her fit in okay with Wonderland and that drew her to Wonderland in the first place. And so as she's wandering through England, she is always looking for a little bit more of that nonsense. And at first she started to try and draw what she was seeing. Apparently she wasn't that great of an artist, so her parents bought her a camera. So in this book, Alice is a photographer. And so she always takes pictures of the nonsense around her. Now, this has also led her to befriend the orphans and immigrant children in one of the local squares. So she actually befriends them. She isn't just giving charity or anything like that. She knows them. She knows their stories. She learns a little of their language. And it's on one of those photography expeditions where she meets Mr. Katsy. And that really seems to set the stone rolling, as it were, for her to make her way back to Wonderland. As she starts to develop these photographs that she's been taking, it's the inhabitants of Wonderland coming to haunt her in a way. So, like, there's one picture that's the Queen of Hearts with a decapitated head, I think. There's another picture that's the Mad Hatter. And there's another picture, and this is the one that really gets her, of a dark-haired girl that looks the same age as her holding up a sign that basically says, "Help us." Turns out this is the Mary Ann that's referenced in the Disney film. So seeing this, Alice feels like she has to go back to Wonderland in order to help the inhabitants of Wonderland. So she makes a series of trips back to Wonderland throughout the book, but then the other thing that really attracted me to this story was she's also seeing the injustices and the problems in Engleland that need to be addressed. So she wants to help that. And part of it is also, it's a political climate. That's the issue. It's a man running for mayor that's extremely racist and sexist and wants to send all of those immigrants back home, even though probably half the people he's talking about were born in England. So seeing Alice confront people and try and solve issues in Wonderland, as well as turning around, coming back home and trying to solve the issues in Engleland, was really amazing. She really wove them together well. Both stories were very believable. Well, I mean, as believable as Wonderland can get. It was great. She did a really good job. The ending was just fantastic. I loved it so much. I wish there was more fan fiction about it. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so, if you liked the original Alice in Wonderland books or the Disney animated series movie, I'm not referencing the live action movie because that is not a factor in this book. This is purely on the Disney animated movie, which inherently means it is also pulling off of the lore of the original Alice in Wonderland book. So if you read this expecting something to show up from the live action movie, no, nothing like that. The way she wrapped things up, the ending of things, was just a really awesome way to see Alice as an adult, but still finding a way to keep that nonsense in her life so that she can still see the world through these eyes and relate to people that don't quite fit in for one reason or another. And to me, that was always an important factor for Alice. She didn't fit in. I mean, her sister in the movie makes numerous comments about this, about Alice not fitting in. So being able to see this in the book was really just well done. I mean, I probably can't say enough about it. If you like the Disney animated movie, if you like just other world books, magic portal books, this is a fantastic one to pick up. Same as the Peter Pan one of Twisted Tales was really well done. It is definitely written more for adults, for sure. I mean, I certainly wouldn't stop young adults from reading it, but there is definitely some blood and gore going on. So young children should probably have someone look at it before they decide if it's suitable reading material for them. So anyway, so that was Unbirthday by Liz Braswell, the latest in the Disney Twisted Tales books. And I, again, highly recommend it if you liked any of those topics that it touches on. I will, again, have the written review linked below for both Facebook and Goodreads, so you can go directly to the reviews, or if you want to go to my profiles on either website, you can see more book reviews that I've done. I thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good day.